And it's time for this week's segment of This Week in Wine Country, sponsored by the Finger Lakes Wine Country. For this episode, we went into Watkins Glen to check out Graft Wine and Cider Bar. Hey there, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of This Week in Wine Country, sponsored by the Finger Lakes Wine Country. I'm joined by Lori, as always. Lori, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I am awesome. And how are you?
I'm great. What do you have in your hand there?
Well, I've got some cider. We're here at Graft Wine and Cider Bar in Watkins Glen.
We're doing something a little different. You know, usually we've been to a winery or brewery, but we're at a wine bar now.
We're at a wine bar, and we're going to mix it up. This entire year, 2017, we're going to tell everybody all about what they can do in wine country.
We'll tell you more about Graft here in a second, but first, Lori, what's going on this week in wine country?
Lots of good things. As a matter of fact, I have to have my cheat sheet. So Sunday brunch, Crystal Lake Cafe, absolutely delicious, farm to table. You're going to want to do it. I think that's what my tomorrow is going to be.
Okay.
Then Thursday, we've got flamenco dancing at the Clemens Center. And then on Friday, Urban Arts Crawl. It's the final Friday of every month. It is an art-centric trail where they've got openings, they've got music, they've got wine tasting, beer samples, nibblers. It's a great way to finish off the month. Final Friday of every month on Market Street in Corning.
Have you ever been dancing? Flamenco dancing?
No, but I can. Why not?
I think it's time to go. Wine,
Let's do it.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
I
All
love
right.
it.
All right, Lori, thank you so much. Let's talk a little bit more about Graft. All right, I'm joined by Ted now. He's the owner of Graft and Atwater. Ted, thanks for joining us. So just give me a little bit of history about Graft.
Graft, we started Graft originally 3 years ago as just a wine bar, wine and cider bar, under the New York State Farm License program. And it basically wasn't enough for Watkins Glen. So we closed it down and we expanded the front of the store and put in seating and decided to make it a tapas style bar restaurant. And we sell New York State wines, New York State beers, or not beers, we're going to put in beer. I've been told by my daughter, who really runs this place, which her name is Katie, and because some customers want beer and New York State wines and New York State ciders. And that's all we're allowed to sell. I can sell New York State distilled products, but we've chosen not to do that so far.
Okay. And so what kind of makes, and there's not a lot of wine bars around here, but what kind of makes you guys so unique?
Well, the first thing is we we sell wine from any winery in New York State. Not every winery in New York State. We choose very carefully the wines that we pick. In fact, what we do is we let the winemaker of that winery choose what he wants to put into Graft and we'll usually buy 2 or 3 cases of it.
Oh, great. And
feature it during the year. It's the same with cider. I never really drank any ciders until we opened. Didn't have to pay full price, so I started tasting a little bit. And I really enjoyed cider very much, to be honest with you.
Well, speaking of cider, we have some right here, right?
Yes, we do.
Tell me a little bit about this, and we can try it here.
This cider is from, I had all my glasses, Lori stole them a minute ago. It's from Good Life Cidery, which is up in Interlaken. And we have another cider from Workman Cider in Burdett, obviously a bottle of wine. The ciders are really like wine. It can be dry, they can be sweet. They have they're not as high alcohol usually as wine. That's kind of why I like them, especially in the evening. Later in the evening, a glass of cider really adds a lot, I think, to the palate. I've really gotten to enjoy cider, I'll have to admit. I'm not going to make it. A lot of wineries are starting to. But we're going to stick to wines, basically.
All right, awesome, Ted. Thank you so much. And for a list of events happening this week in wine country or for directions to Graft, head to our website, WENY.com, shortly after the show.